Karl Joseph, former West Virginia alum. Shout out to my Mountaineer fans out there. Obviously, he's been around the league for a good little while now, man. But he's on a visit right now, right? He's able to come to Pittsburgh and check it out and things like that. We know with the Steelers, from my personal experiences and typically, everything that I've seen, anytime they bring a person in, they are, really high on them and they want to potentially get a deal done with them that day. So it's gonna be interesting to see if we get any new updates in terms of Karl Joseph and him potentially being here. But I like it though. I do think that, man, this is another veteran player that could come in and help us. He's a piece that you would like to have. And we talked about in terms of if we want to move a guy potentially into the box, right? You brought up Terrell Edmonds a couple of times, right?
I always do, yeah.
Well, if you have a guy like Karl Joseph back there, now you have a little bit more flexibility to do something like that, right? Or even vice versa, but you still have that luxury if he's there. This reminds me of the Morgan Burnett signing if they do go ahead and make this deal happen. Now, granted, I think it's going to be a lot less money than what we signed Morgan Burnett for when we did that deal, but I can see a similar scenario where you bring in a veteran guy like this who, in a year where you don't have the most cap flexibility and you don't want to have a ton of bills coming up next year and so forth and so forth, a guy like Karl Joseph is a good quality signer that can come in here and produce at a high level and ultimately fit right into what you're trying to do defensively.
I know you were high on Sean Davis. How would Joseph potentially fit better than him?
So this is the thing with Sean Davis athletically, man, special. But we said, man, from above the neck standpoint, he has struggled a little bit. And I thought that it was more so due to him switching positions so frequently his first couple of years. He never got a chance to get that foundation and base under him. Karl already has a foundation and base. Karl has lasted in this league for a while. Karl is a very intelligent player, and that, helps his game out a lot. So the reason I like him in that role, regardless if you're bringing him back to play, in terms of strong, or if you want to put him in that box as that pseudo extra linebacker, mentally he's capable of it. He's been around long enough to do that. Now I think in terms of the negotiation, that might be the sticking point, right? Are you interested in doing something like that? Because we said not everybody's interested. Morgan Burnett was a prime example. As soon as he found out that's what they wanted him to do full time, he was like, nah, get me up out of here. And then he went over to Cleveland, right? So with Karl, it could be a similar situation. But if he is open to that, I like that. Or even if he's open to him coming here and Terrell Edmonds is open to moving in that box, any combination of that, I like, because you just can't have enough of those good players like that, good veteran players who understand how to operate, who understand how to work, who understand the highs and lows of the season and how to ultimately be successful and stuff like that.
Sure. I'm 100% for it too. Yeah, I don't really have too much to add from that outside of, like you said, the depth and some of that versatility that could potentially bring to the table. And if he's going to be on the field a little bit more than Sean Davis, then I think it's only going to benefit us then.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Absolutely. And like I said, with Sean Davis, obviously he signed with the Colts. I think it was today, right?
Yeah, he did.
It was today, yeah. So obviously he's not going to be back here, but I just think that Karl, man, that could be an upgrade, especially for the defense. Now, Karl's not going to give you the special teams value. Now, granted, Sean Davis didn't give you a lot of that either, but Sean was at least participating on special teams last year. So that's another thing that just, a little telltale, little caveat to see would he or would he not and stuff like that, though.
Yeah, he played a fair amount for the Browns down the stretch. You've seen 100% of snaps, 59%, 85, 91. And in the playoffs, 80 and 76. Had the pick against the Chiefs.
Yeah.
What's not to like then? If we could get him for $1 million or $2 million on a one-year deal.
And you think about this, not only is it a good pickup for you, but you're doing what to the division? You're taking an asset away from a division opponent. You talk about the amount of snaps he played and the productivity that was there. That they're gonna miss that. Now, granted, the Browns are doing some movement themselves and they're making sure they put together a pretty nice roster right now. But anytime you're able to get productive players from within the division, you're weakening your opponent and strengthening yourself.
Yeah, give us a little inside scoop on things too.
Yeah, man. I mean, it is the Browns though, right? So who cares about the inside scoop? Browns is the Browns. That's what I keep hearing. So who's worried? I'm not tripping if you're not tripping.
I'm not worried about the Browns this year. We've talked about this. I'm not worried about them this year.
I mean, I'm tripping, but I'm not tripping. Yeah.
I'm not. I think they're gonna be all hype.
I hope you're right. I need one of those all hype years because last year I didn't enjoy how successful they were. I don't like when they're successful at our expense.
Little lucky stretch. It's fine.
Lucky? I thought it was bad luck.
Huh?
I thought they had the bad luck.
They had the luck against us, but then bad luck against the Chiefs. That's hard to say because Mahomes went out in the third quarter.
It's bad luck.
They really had their opportunity. They had a chance. 5 minutes left. They had the ball.
Oh man, it's bad luck, man.
They had the ball. They could have taken care of business. They just didn't.
Man, it don't matter. It's just bad luck. Just leave them with the bad luck, and we leave it at that.
No, I can't do that. I can't do that.
We not leaving on a high note when it comes to them.
They got lucky. That's what I'm saying.
Like I said, I just hope you're right going forward, man.
Sure.